Let's meet your Brooklyn Nets. In the middle, 6 feet 10 inches, number 31. Starting at power forward, standing 6'8", number 44, Bojan Bogdanovic. At the shooting guard position, standing 6'5", number 8, Spencer Dinwiddie. At the other guard position, 6 feet 1 inches, number 11, Kyrie Irving. At the other forward position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 7, Kevin Durant. The head coach of your home team is Kenny Atkinson. Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
Game 4 of this Eastern Conference Finals is up for grabs. The series will either go to a tie, 2-2, or a lopsided 3-1 lead. 2K Sports brings you the NBA playoffs. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, DA. Thank you. Look at the 76ers starting group. They've got Clint Capella, Josh Richardson out there with Fultz. Then it's Paul George, and it's Embiid in at the center position. And for Brooklyn, Bogdanovic out there with Durant. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. And there's Jarrett Allen. And it's Irving at the 1. And so here we go, the 76ers to start it. Pass to Embiid. On the wing, George. From the top of the key, he buries it. George has got the first points on the scoreboard for Philadelphia. Right side, Irving. Allen finds Durant. The kick out to Irving. Trying to get open is Bogdanovic. His three-pointers off the mark. And so George will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. The feed to Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
Outside Irving. Pass to Bogdanovic. Back to Irving. Just 5 to shoot. Over Fultz. They get it again. Allen kicks to Irving. And they convert it last on attempt number 3.
You have to respect the in-between game of Kyrie Irving. Straight up. Yeah, that's how you have to play this guy. You've got to play him straight up and be balanced.
Now here's Embiid. Right side, George. Richardson outside. Capella, the pass to Embiid. And the dunk by Capella.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave, no doubt.
Here's Irving after Clint Capella's bucket. Here's KD. Sinks the 15-footer.
Where Kevin Durant has really grown is manipulating pick and roll, making the right read, and this guy just adapts and adjusts so quickly.
Now, here's Capella. Back to George. Pass to Fultz. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. And Capella with the basket on the assist from Fultz.
Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
Dinwiddie outside. Off target from outside. The 76ers leading by 4. Fultz with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. And the shot goes in from Fultz.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Now, here is Irving. Guarded by Fultz. KD against George. KD looking around. Rebound by Joel Embiid.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Capella trying to free himself up. The shot by George, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And here's Fultz. The pass to George. Shoots over Dinwiddie. George with the bucket.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Outside Irving. Poked loose. George with the ball. And Allen picks him up defensively. And it's sent back by Allen.
This guy is a sensational shot blocker. Jared Allen twice on the pipes.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
The Nets shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
Bojan Bogdanovic. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
Well, Bojan Bogdanovic may be one of the most underrated players in this league. This guy understands his role and plays it well.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. The 76ers leading by 7. Richardson the pass to Fultz. And here's George. That one falls. George has got 6.
What great body control from the all-star forward. Paul George, so skilled at keeping his composure under pressure.
Here's Irving. And the Nets miss again.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. First free throw is good.
To think that at one point, after that horrific leg injury, Paul George, there was some doubt whether he could regain the level of play we're accustomed to. But this guy gets better and better.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Allen. And it's Harrison Barnes in for Bogdanovic. Harris is checked in for Philadelphia. And George drops them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Pass to Irving. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And even through contact, Kyrie still able to finish shots consistently.
Fultz with the ball. Pass to Harris. There's the 3. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of a game, it's perfect.
They get it back.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
And finished off by Fultz.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Now here's Irving. Outside, KD. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Philadelphia leading by 14. Out left to the wing. Passes it to Fultz. Now here is George. 6 to shoot. And Harris wide open. He shoots. No good on the triple. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Durant kicks to Barnes. Knocked away. Fultz with the ball. Defended by Dinwiddie. The 3 from George. The rebound by the Nets. They lost their last game on Tuesday.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
I'll tell you this, Greg, if you're going to allow your opponent to make that many shots, you have got to be as solid on the offensive end, and clearly they were not.
Durant, that's good.
I'll tell you, very few players are as smooth and as easy as Kevin Durant is on the move. He just glides around the floor.
Now here's Capella. Right side, George. Nice D from Durant.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Oh, Kevin, don't you love the pace? Because Barnes going end to end, so hard to deal with defensively.
Capella dishes to George. Harris outside. He lobs it up. Pocket 6. And stolen by Irving. Puts it up from 12. Again, the Nets for 2.
Well, how about that floor awareness by Spencer Dinwiddie, getting his guys the basketball in great spots.
George finds Capella. Back to George. With the floater, and it's good on the way in. George has got 10 points.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit, Greg, for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Now here's Durant. He has 6. Over Harris. Again, the Nets for 2.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Fultz with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. For 3, Harris. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Nets trail by 11. Here's Irving. From deep. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Philadelphia holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving. Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And Kevin Durant talked about his teammates and the versatility this roster has.
I like our depth. I like that we could play, we can play big, we can play small, we can match up with a lot of different teams. And it's just a matter of us going out there and playing consistent basketball. It's easier said than done. But we like where we are right now. We just got to continue to keep getting better.
It's clear KD is very happy playing with this group of guys.
That's why he signed here. But you can bet Durant is going to be leading the charge.
Welcome back to playoff basketball on 2K Sports. This is the Eastern Conference Final. And a comfortable margin here for the 76ers guys.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Nets. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Barnes in at the 3, the small forward. And it's the 76ers with the ball. Harrison Barnes missing on the 3. The shot's good. Bryant's got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Now here's Barnes. No good. Shot missing. Some solid defense from Harris.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Well, doesn't allow himself to be rattled in the least by the aggressive defense. Jonas Valanciunas shows his strength and composure to power up and through.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Harrison Barnes. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Richardson's checked in. The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
Look, Kevin, you know this. There's a long history of great players coming out of Lithuania, and Valanciunas right there with the best of them. Remember, back in 2012, this guy was the MVP of the Lithuanian Basketball League.
Harris's shot is off. Nets trail by 14. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Outside Irving. Up top, Valanciunas. It's LeVert on the wing. And on the way from Irving for 3. It's not going to go for him. And Philadelphia the other way now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Harris passes to Gobert. Over Irving. Gobert can't hit. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 14. Here's Bogdanovich. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, how about Bogdanovich showing a bit of mobility on his way to the rack, drawing the foul?
Brooklyn shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. Allen's checked in for the Nets. And so Bogdanovich nails both of them. Here's Richardson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Gobert finds Richardson. And Jordan sends it back.
Well, DJ, twice on the pipes. No, sir. Get it out of here.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
The pass to LeVert. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Pass to Bogdanovich. Irving looking over the floor. LeVert from outside. Hits it from 3-point range. LeVert's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Pass to Thibault. Gobert with it. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Harris outside. Back to Gobert. Shot clock at 5. He dishes it to Harris. From deep 3-point range, it's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
LeVert the pass to Jordan. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Jordan's got his first basket.
When you think that this guy was so raw and so skinny coming into the league, now DeAndre Jordan brushing off these challenges with ease.
Harris's shot is off.
and his defense is so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Now, here's Richardson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Harris missing again.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
A nice shot by Bogdanovic.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit. But can they get over the hump?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Kyrie Irving. Philadelphia also making some changes. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Bryant. And Georgia subbed in for Harris. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Dinwiddie's shot is off.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And it's sent back by Allen. Richardson against Dinwiddie. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Gobert's got his fourth rebound in this one. Thibault, the pass to George. Now O'Quinn. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Well, for the most part, they've taken care of the ball. I mean, that's one of the few mistakes they've made in what has been a good half.
The Nets making a switch here. Durant's checked in. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Embiid, he's checked in for Gobert. Now, here's Dinwiddie. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie does such a good job of understanding what the defense is going to give him. How about that pick and roll play? That's nice.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, night in and night out, sometimes it's a battle of runs. Who has the most?
And the 76ers making a change here. Fultz is checked in. These players can flat out shoot the rock. The 2K leaderboard shows us the top three-point shooters in the playoffs. Fifth best, Paul George.
He is having so much success from beyond the three-point line. Some guys just thrive on this kind of pressure.
On defense, the Nets. It's a three-point game. Now, here's Fultz. 6 points for him. Outside, George. 5 to shoot. Passes it to Richardson. Shoots over Dinwiddie. That one rolling around and rims out. And here are the Nets. They've gone on a 16-2 run, not allowing much. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Well, you're having a tough time trying to tie down DeAndre Jordan. This guy is a powerful force who knows how to convert.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. That one drops. He ties it up. Philadelphia's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And the pass to Embiid. Back to George. Rebounded by the Nets.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
And it's Fultz with the ball for the 76ers. Outside, George. But they'll get another chance. Basket counts.
If you do not put a body on Kyle O'Quinn, you will pay the price because he is a tremendous offensive rebounder.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. KD against George. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That one on George. The Nets shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. Barnes, he's checked in for the Nets.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Durant.
Well, you're playing right into Kevin Durant's hands when you put him at the free throw line. This guy has always been terrific at the charity stripe.
Now, here's O'Quinn. Left side, George. He kicks it to Richardson. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Fultz. Trying his luck from deep. Hits the three-point bomb. Fultz has got the game tied up here for the 76ers.
Whenever Fultz is in a catch-and-shoot situation, you know he can't wait for that ball to find his hands.
Goes up and finished off by Fultz.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Here's KD. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on George.
You have to respect Kevin Durant's ability to pick up fouls, and I love seeing him drive with authority.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jordan. Clint Capella, he's checked in for the 76ers. And he sinks the second. There's 42 seconds left here in the second. Out to the right wing. Pass to Embiid. He feeds it to Richardson. The 76ers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And the first one at the line is good. And Richardson drops them both. Here's Dinwiddie. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Passes it to KD. Goes up the baseline. That one goes. Count it. KD's got 6 points in the quarter.
A natural-born scorer is Kevin Durant. He puts in the time, and it pays dividends on the floor.
Here's Embiid. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Philadelphia ahead. They're up by 1. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Kevin, how'd you get in that groove offensively in the first half?
Well, I'm just playing off of my teammates. They're doing a great job of penetrating and kicking, and I'm not trying to force anything. I'm playing my game within the offense, and shots are starting to fall for me.
Looks good out there so far. Thanks, Kevin. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. What a showing tonight. A sold-out building is where the action is happening. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Checking out the 76ers. They'll be extremely motivated to come out in the second half and try to secure control. Because it's no secret to anyone that the difference between a 3-1 lead in a series as opposed to being tied 2-2 is massive. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
You can see where the priorities are. Rebounding, and then more rebounding. They made a concerted effort to get the glass clean.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
They were strong in transition. It seemed like the guys fed off the higher tempo. Certainly, they definitely got the looks they wanted, playing an outstanding game. They can keep it up in the second half, they may wear the other side out.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the...
And we welcome you back to Game 4 on 2K Sports. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Kicking the second half, here's Brett Brown's foul. We've got Markelle Fultz. Paul George is out there with Clint Capella. Then there's Richardson, and it's Embiid in its center. Now here's Irving. Again, the Nets for 2.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
And there's the pass to Embiid. Back to George. 3-pointer. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Irving, and he banks in the layup. Irving's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nets.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Allen outside. Now here is Irving. D right on him, and Capella sends it back, and they get it back. Pass to Dinwiddie. Shot clock at 6. KD with it from deep. The shot that time not on target. Excellent D there from George. Embiid kicks to Fultz. Puts it up from 12. Oh, offensive interference. The Nets have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. George against KD. Pass to Bogdanovich. A 3-ball. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 8 rebounds in this game. And George, here we go. And he lays it straight in. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Outside Irving. Passes to KD. Lets it go from deep. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Durant's got 17 now.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Fultz dishes to George. Richardson against Dinwiddie. Richardson the pass to Capella.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It's his first trip to the line. That's good from Capella. Some changes for Philadelphia. Gobert, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. And Harris subbed in for Josh Richardson.
Well, a little shaky from the line, and instead of putting them in front, he's only able to tie it up.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And now let's give you a look at the players who have stood out and taking high percentage shots in the playoffs. In the third spot, Clint Capella.
And guys, that shooting percentage of his has been spectacular since the start of the playoffs. He has been completely locked in.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And so George will bring it up for the 76ers. The pass to Gobert. Back to George. Harris outside. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Gobert. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Jared Allen.
Now, Gobert has settled in his ability to get to the free throw line. I'll tell you, he is excellent at getting physical with the defense and drawing contact.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, at 7'1", Rudy Gobert has become known as the Stifle Tower. And this guy's starting to excel and get a bigger role on the offensive end.
Ryan, he's checked in for Philadelphia. No good on the second free throw. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Nobody near Irving. Good on the 3-point shot. Irving's got the lead up to 5 now for the Nets.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Bryant finds George. No good on the shot. Excellent D there from Allen. Tries it from the top of the key. He's off on that one, so Philadelphia will take it the other way. Down low. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. A 3 from Bogdanovich. But they get it back.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Nets leading by 5. Outside Durant. Now here is Irving. Guarded by Fultz. And again, no good by Brooklyn. 76ers have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Guarded by Harris. Harris against Bogdanovich. Outside Durant. Over Bryant. Durant. That's good. Durant's got 5 points now this quarter.
Those jumpers, they might as well be layups for Kevin Durant. That's his comfort zone, Kev.
Bryant kicks to Fultz. High post, Gobert working on Allen. Out to Harris. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end.
Now here's Durant following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. Some changes for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jared Allen. Valanciunas comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Barnes in for Durant. So it's Philadelphia now. They trail by 7. Now here's Fultz, covered by Irving. George with the bounce pass. To stop the drought. Harris's shot is off.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. It's stolen by Gobert. Looking to end his cold spell, and slam dunk by Harris.
Well, Markelle Fultz continues to develop his floor awareness. Passes like that will create all kinds of chemistry.
Dinwiddie passes to Irving. Gobert with the block. They get it back. No good from Jordan. The 76ers trail by 5. Harris outside. Pass to George. The kick out to Bryant. All sorts of time, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Boy, that one was not easy. Every once in a while, you just make a tough shot.
Barnes outside. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Irving. Rebound by the 76ers. Gobert's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Floats one, and Jordan sends it back.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. That sends Kyrie Irving to the free throw line. It's on Markelle Fultz. The Nets have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. And Brooklyn making a change here. LeVert's checked in. Then for the 76ers, Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Bryant. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Fultz. Free throw, good, Irving.
Well, Uncle Drew will go out there and do his thing, won't he? Kyrie Irving, an exceptional player. And in fact, if you ask other NBA players, he's one of their favorite to watch.
Now, here's George. He's got 15. Rebounded by Valanciunas. And here are the Nets. They're on a 13-5 run. LeVert in the corner. Now Irving. He's got 14. And here's LeVert. Clock at 4. Fires top of the key. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Harris inside, covered by Barnes, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. For Philadelphia, they have gone 6 of 9 at the line. The first free throw is good. And Harris drops them both. And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. They lead by 4. On the wing, Barnes. It's LeVert on the wing. 1:05 left in the third quarter of the game. Stolen by George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
See, I don't think you can teach that. Paul George going right into contact. You love that aggressiveness.
The 76ers have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets. The 76ers also with a sub. Capella's checked in. And George drops them both. The Nets with the lead. Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Irving. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Richardson. Harris against Barnes. Richardson, that's a 2-pointer. Good. And Harris gets the assist. It's all knotted up. Brooklyn's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Back to Irving. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Irving's got 12 now in this quarter.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Passes it to Capella. Back to George. Cans the 12-footer. George has got it all tied up now for the 76ers.
Oh, Kevin, how about the dribble drive ability of Paul George, the quick handles for a guy his size.
And Irving launches it from deep, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Tie game in Brooklyn. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Philadelphia shooting here about 46% for the game. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Jordan. Then there's Irving. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. So that's the Nets 5. Now here is George. Kicks it to Harris. Clock at 6. Back to George to take the lead. Brooklyn with the rebound. Barnes looking around. Dinwiddie outside. There's the pass to Valanciunas. Good D by Embiid.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively. Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Brooklyn trailing. Irving dishes to Valanciunas. And Embiid with the block. Harris against Barnes. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Shoot 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Brooklyn making some changes. Bogdanovich comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And Durant subbed in for Harrison Barnes. And Harris drops them both.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Nets trail by 4. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. And he's easily been their best rebounder tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. It feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
Now, here's Richardson. He kicks to Embiid. Capella trying to free himself up. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, doesn't Kevin Durant like to put defenders on their heels, and he gets them to foul? Love it.
Two shots.
The first one falls.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Allen's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Fultz, he's checked in for the 76ers. And so he makes both from the line.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. In the corner, it's Richardson. Kept alive, Embiid. The second effort, and he sinks the layup. And the 76ers lead by 4.
Well, it's easy to say. This guy wanted it more, creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
Timeout called, the Nets. Paul George really making a difference here.
Absolutely on fire. They need to regroup and figure out a way to slow his roll.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. He said, this is where we make our move. This game's going to come down to big plays. Whichever team makes them is going to come out of here with the win. Kevin, we know what side he's on.
Allen trying to break free. Bogdanovich, no luck. The 76ers leading by 4. Fultz kicks to George. Embiid, the pass to George. Three-pointer. And the 76ers get it back. A nice shot by Embiid.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now, here is Irving. Outside Durant. Takes a 3. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists tonight.
I'll tell you, KD has such a beautiful looking stroke. He's been doing that at an elite level for a long time.
Here's George. Feeds it to Embiid. Back to George. Embiid, no good.
and he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Here's George, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Shoots. That's good for George on the assist from Capella. 21 points for George.
You can see there's complete trust in Paul George in pick and rolls. Fantastic at taking advantage of the defense and the separation they give him.
Irving passes to Bogdanovic. Outside, KD. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. To tie it up. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Capella's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
And here is Irving, after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Outside Irving. Trying to get open is Bogdanovic. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Irving.
Well, this is one of the best in the league at converting off contact. What body control by Kyrie Irving.
And the 76ers call time here.
I'm married to this girl. That's who I made my wife. So I love her, told her she probably right. One thing that's for sure, not a stranger to this life. Got a safety full of breakers and a shoulder full of. Don't know it like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. Hey, you can pull my foul yourself. Myself, yeah. Might not like the life I built. West side 60, I might got. Standing so tall, I think I might got sticks. Legendary baller like Mike, like Will. 96 Impala, more wheels. Up against the wall, that Fox Hill. Like a boss asked me how I feel. Successful street, touching them first meals. All my life, running all my life. Sacrifice, hustle baby nights. One slice, I can blow the dice and swap. All my life, running all my life.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Paul George.
And guys, this really has been his night. He's done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus offensively.
Here's Fultz. Capella trying to free himself up. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. And stolen by Bogdanovic. Here's Dinwiddie. Banked in off the glass. Now just a 2-point Philadelphia lead.
This guy excels at taking contact. Spencer Dinwiddie is not backing down from anyone on the drive.
Gobert finds George. The rebound by KD. Durant's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Outside Irving. To tie it up. And it's good on the layup. Irving's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
Now here's Fultz. Defense is right there. And here's Richardson outside. Offensive rebound. Gobert goes to the reverse layup and claps it in.
Rudy Gobert is so competitive. Doesn't want to let a big moment go by. Nicely done.
Durant kicks to Allen. Back to KD. Hands it from downtown. KD's got 13 points in the second half.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Gobert dishes to George. Pass to Capella. Over Bogdanovich. And it's Capella missing. And so Allen will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a one-point game. A floater, and Capella sends it back. And it's sent back by KD.
Kevin Durant uses his length so well, and how about the timing to send that rejection back?
And so the ball out of bounds. Dinwiddie touched it last.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella. For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Outside Durant for three. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 4th assist in this one.
Big moments. This is who Kevin Durant is. He delivers when the game is in the balance.
Now, here is George. 1:46 left in the 4th quarter. Kicks it out to Richardson. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Boy, you want to talk about taking the wind out of a crowd's sails there. A 3 to take the lead just moments after they'd given it up.
KD against George. On the wing, Irving. Back to KD. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, the length and size of Kevin Durant make him a prime target on the interior. So good at forcing the issue close to the basket.
So the first one drops, and that ties the game up. And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. You talk about clutch, this guy is it.
Here's Fultz. Good D by Irving. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Durant against Capella. KD with it. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on George.
At the line for your Nets, Kevin Durant. Taking 2 shots.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Well, this game has the feel that it could come down to the wire, so that is just the kind of success they need to have at the foul line.
Here's Fultz. There's 42 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Count it! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, Greg, to me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Now, here's Durant. They double team KD. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two players.
That's a jump ball.
And here are the 76ers now. Now, here is George. Over to the wing. Takes the three. Right between the eyes.
Partner, how about the maturation of Fultz? Just exciting to watch. You get the sense he lives for these moments.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're down by 2. 1 second left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And with under 2 seconds remaining, they need something quick. Don't have time for an extra pass here, but they want to try for a 3 off the inbound play and go for the win. Definitely doable.
Dinwiddie. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. So it's Philadelphia taking the W in a close one here. And now they're sitting commanding 3-1 lead. They've grabbed this series by the throat, Greg.
And Kevin, I don't think they're going to let it go. You could see the determination they had tonight. They don't want to drag this series out. They want to get this thing over with.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Rudy. This is a defense-first team, and you picked it up in the second half. What changes did you make at the half?
I feel like we weren't focused in the first half defensively, and we just have to come back and communicate and just be focused, and that's what we did.
Attention to detail, Rudy. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And so this one is in the books. We hope you've enjoyed being with us for the Eastern Conference Finals. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.